Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As our Nimish said just now, there is a statement in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita where Lord Krishna says, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. Uddharet, one should lift Atmanam, one's own self. One should lift one's own self. Atmana, by oneself. One should lift oneself by oneself. In short, Lord Krishna places the responsibility of lifting ourselves and our own self. You should lift yourself by yourself. Suppose I do not lift, what will happen? It says, Natmanam avasadayet. If I do not lift myself, then sliding down, going down, sinking is something that is going to happen. So it's a very interesting way of drawing our attention to the basic reality of our life. The question of lifting up comes when I am sinking someplace. When I am sinking somewhere, then comes the question of lifting. So when Lord Krishna says, may you lift yourself by yourself, that means that right now you are already sunk someplace. You are sunk and may you lift yourself. And if you do not make a deliberate attempt to lift yourself, then the nature of self being what it is, you will keep on sinking further. So what is meant by sinking? Where am I sunk? I am walking freely, I don't find I am sunk anywhere. But yes, I am sunk, you may say, in the ocean of limitedness. In Bhagavad Gita's words, I am sunk in the ocean of sorrow, where Arjuna embodies a person who is sorrowful. That is why the first chapter of the Gita is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. This is Vishada, grief of Arjuna. But Arjuna represents a common human being, meaning thereby that all of us are grieving. All of us are sunk in the ocean of unhappiness or sadness, which of course you wouldn't like to believe. And you might say, Swami, this is all negative way of looking at things. Why do you talk in a negative language? Why do you say we are unhappy? Why do you say we are sad? Say that we are happy, we are successful. That's called positive thinking. But we don't believe in positive thinking, not believing negative thinking, we like right thinking. So if we very objectively analyze ourselves, what is meant by being objective is creating a distance with our own self without being emotional. If I analyze myself and ask myself, how am I doing in my life? There are different ways of evaluating my performance in life. One familiar way is the annual accounting statement. So the bottom line, profit loss statement, how much profit did I make any loss? So that's one way. In terms of wealth, how did I do? In terms of power, how did I do? In terms of name and fame, how did I do? This is how we generally evaluate and judge whether we are doing well or not. There is one way of judging ourselves, judging our performance in life, which is the standard way in which the world judges performance. Success is usually judged by the wealth and power and name and fame that a person attains. And we also judge ourselves as to what extent I have been successful in the conventional manner, which is fine, we have no problem with that. Other way also of looking at the performance of our life is to ask, how much inner satisfaction do I have? Instead of asking the question, how happy I am, I'm saying, how much inner satisfaction I have. How happy I am with myself. As compared to last year, can I say that as compared to what I was a year ago in terms of my being satisfied with myself, am I more satisfied with myself? I'm more happy with myself? If the answer is yes, then you can say that yes, you have made progress. So Bhagavad Gita says, or Vedanta says, that the way to really judge the success in our life is how happy I am. Well, ultimately, the so-called success in terms of wealth and power, etc., also is meant for happiness. Is not so. Not that I want to be unhappy by being a wealthy person. I expect to be happier than what I am. So whenever I am seeking to be the wealth or name or fame or power, really speaking, what I am seeking is happiness. Is it not so? Nobody wants to be unhappy. Suppose somebody says, Swamiji, here's $1 million. Take this. Nowadays, kaun banega crorepati is a big suitcase. Crore of rupees. Take it. It was all 2,000 rupees cash. Where did you get it? Don't ask me where. The police is behind after that, but I'm giving you. I don't think I want to touch it, because I don't want all these stresses and fear and the worries that go with that money. I don't want that money. That's going to make me miserable. Meaning that I do not want money for the sake of money. Understand? Nobody wants money for the sake of money. Or power or fame for the sake of them. People want them because they expect to be happier as a result of getting them. Therefore, ultimately what I want in fulfilling a variety of desires is that I want to be happier than what I am. In short, what I am seeking in my life is happiness. So even though conventionally success is measured in terms of the material wealth or fame or power, really speaking, the desire behind all those desires is desire for happiness. In that sense, if we analyze ourselves, am I a happy person? Yes, Swami, I am a happy person. I have no problem. So somebody came to our Swamiji and says, Swamiji, how are you? I have no problem, Swamiji. He says, that is the problem. He says, that you know problem, you do not know the problem that you have, and that is the problem. We don't want to impose upon you the problem, but human being has a problem, unfortunately, and that is a problem of unhappiness. No, Swami, why do you say that I am unhappy? All right, do you want something? Yes, I want this and I want that. I have desires, definitely I have desires. Do you sometimes get angry? Of course I get angry. Do you feel disappointed sometimes? Sure, I feel. Do you feel frustrated? Yes, I do. Do you feel jealous? Very often. So what else is this? That I get angry sometimes. Sometimes I am jealous. Sometimes I am frustrated. Sometimes I am sad. All of these are nothing but the manifestations of unhappiness. What is unhappiness? This is unhappiness. This or sadness, this is what it is. So if you look at our life, how often do I get upset? How often do I feel disappointed? How often do I feel frustrated? How often do I feel jealous? How often do I feel hurt? How often do I feel guilty? This goes on. All of these are nothing but the manifestation of unhappiness or sadness. In fact, our Swami used to say, the human life is dukkham, 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 sukham. Dukkham, 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 sukham. Meaning that in a series of dukkha or unhappiness, there are some moments of so-called happiness. That's what we have. Understand that I have no intention of branding you as unhappy persons or proving that you are unhappy. I have no intention like that. The purpose of this is to only draw your attention to the reality of the life, that's all. That yes, Swami, there is competition, there is stress, there is insecurity, there is fear. I don't know what will happen. What if my job is not there? What if my business is not there? What if this is not there? What if there is... Meaning that my sense of well-being is dependent upon so many things. That my job also is there, promotion also is there, salary also is there, bank account also is there, this is also there, that is an insurance also is there. And if 100 things are there, then I feel I'm okay. Meaning that my sense of being all right depends upon so many things. I'm not independent. So Vedanta says that wherever this dependence is there, that itself is unhappiness. So it's dependence in our life. We feel totally at the mercy of many things, that we are controlled by things. All of these are marks of unhappiness or sadness. And that's what Arjuna represented in the beginning. He was grieving, he was sad. He may have his own reasons. But the basic reason that Arjuna had and that we have is the same. That we are not basically happy with ourselves. Put it this way. I am the most severe critic of myself. Within me, a constant commentary is going on. You know this cricket commentary? They comment on every ball and every move. So a part of my mind keeps on commenting about me and judging me and branding me. Hey, you didn't do this, you are not right, this is not good, that is not good. And the constantly self-criticism. And sometimes that results into self-condemnation and sometimes into depression. So all this depression or sadness, all of these are the result of self-criticism or self-condemnation. Because when I look at myself, I'm not happy with myself. That's the reason why If you ask me to stay by myself, Swami is in air-conditioned house, stay by yourself. No TV, no cell phone, nothing. Stay by yourself, enjoy yourself. How long do you think I can stay there? For 15 minutes? Half an hour? Then I get restless. There's no TV, no telephone, no cell phone, no iPad, no WhatsApp, no internet, nothing. But why? You are staying in such a quiet, nice place, enjoy yourself. That is one thing I cannot do. I cannot enjoy myself. I always need something other than myself to enjoy. Leaving me to myself, I just become miserable. I am not an enjoyable self to myself. The reason why we need so many escape distractions is because we want to avoid ourselves all the time. And so wherever you see, nothing wrong. I am not a critic of any self, but all I am is observation that all the time people want to keep themselves engaged in something or the other. And this capitalist world is very clever. They know this need inside me that I need to distract myself. Therefore, they keep on providing new ways of distracting. The simple cell phone was there. And then so many apps came and so many things came. And now it is, you have a computer, right? You don't need anything else. You have everything there, right there. The moment I ask a question, what is this thing called? Let me Google it. He goes to his cell, he Googles it and gets any answer. Oh, Swami, you listen to that song from this film? Right away he gets it. Oh, you want to read that book? Here it is. Which is wonderful. And this is fantastic. This is called empowerment. That I'm all for technology and this is all empowerment. Cell phone is a wonderful thing. And so is internet, so is laptop, so is everything. The only problem is what is my relationship with them. In Ishavasya Upanishad, is a famous statement. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Bhunjitha means you enjoy. Tyaktena with tyaga, meaning that you enjoy with freedom. You enjoy things, let not things enjoy you, in short. What do you mean, Swami, things are not? I enjoy them, but so I think. When I did not ever drink tea, then first time when I drank tea, then I was okay, good. Basically I didn't like it, it was bitter, but I went on with it. And then I started liking it. And then in the office, how those peons are, then when a guest comes, he also brings tea for the guest and for you also. So long before I realized, I started drinking 5-6 cups of tea every day. And soon before I realized, I got addicted to that. Now if I don't get tea at 7 o'clock in the morning, I have headaches. Not 3 o'clock in the morning, I have vomiting. Meaning that I am no more drinking tea. Tea is drinking me, is it not so? We get addicted to things. We cannot do without them. That means what? We are bound. We are not enjoying them. They are enjoying us. What is meant by tena tyaktena bhunjita? You enjoy things without being addicted to them. Without being dependent, you retain your freedom and then enjoy things. That's not the case, unfortunately. A thing comes as a guest, that's a luxury, comes as a guest, lingers on to become host, and stays on to enslave you. So cell phone comes as a guest, lingers on to become host, and stays on to enslave me. This is poor. I have nothing against cell phone, just comes into my mind, that's all it is. This applies to anything. In 1982, first time TV came to India, we didn't even have television. When I was growing, we didn't even have radios, by the way. I come from that old time. First radios were so huge, all those valves were there, they occupied half the room. Then all these transistors came later. With those reels. This tape recorder, these tapes were some great invention. And from them came the CDs and then MP3s and good. This is all wonderful. But only what is my relation should be. I should have freedom in enjoying them, and that I should not be dependent upon them. I shouldn't be controlled by them. Where is my cell phone? I get upset. Where is my cell phone? Where did I keep it? What happened? Even though it doesn't need cell phone, but he must have it. Without that, he's uncomfortable. Meaning that I have surrendered my comfort to something like a cell phone or something like that. All of these are signs of sadness. By Vedantic way, you follow? It all shows my need to escape from myself because when I cannot do without things means that I cannot be happy with myself. I cannot stay with myself. I need to distract myself. Such a long lecture about proving that we are unhappy. I don't know, why do I have to? But that's what it is. That human being has a basic problem. It is not a new problem, it's an ancient problem from the day human being came into being. Our Swami used to say, wherever human mind is there, samsara is there. Other things, they don't have samsara, but they don't have a mind. Even animals don't have, because they don't have human mind. Give them human mind. So sometimes when we have a pet, like a dog, etc., and then it stays with us for 5 years and then gets used to us and then gets affection from us and love from us and care from us, and then that also becomes samsari. Then we leave it, and then it starts crying and then, it becomes depressed. Dogs becoming depressed. Our street dog have no problem in Ahmedabad, Depression is a problem only with human being. Have you ever seen a dog sitting like that? Or a cat? Or any other creature? Nothing. Not that I am suggesting that we should become dogs or cats. The point is that this is a typical, and that's good also. That there is a problem, you see, the only difference is that they have a problem and they are not aware of it, and we have a problem, we are aware of it, that's a problem. That's the situation. And then you are aware of problem, then you work for a solution. And we are working for a solution. But the way we are doing it, we should be confounding the problem rather than solving it. So they said, what is progress? Progress is converting luxuries into necessities. So what luxury before, what I could do without it, I am not converting into necessity. I cannot do without things. Meaning that the way we are seeking to solve the problem of unhappiness is only making us more unhappy. Understand that we are not criticizing anything. We are just making an observation about ourselves. This is not observation of the world or technology. Swami, you are all against technology or what? No. You are all old-fashioned fellow, you have problem with this, the 20th and 21st, we have no problem. We talk about human mind, we are not talking about these things, they are all fine. Where do I have time to enjoy them? Anyway, they are all there. Swami, did you see this? Did you see something on your table? No, I didn't see. Where is the leisure of the mind to see anything? There are all kinds of designs here. Where is the time? I come here and I am so engrossed or so preoccupied with my thing. I don't even look around. They spend some hours together doing all kinds of, designs, flowers, and for the Swami to see. Well, Swami has no time to see. Time is, he has no leisure to see. His mind is someplace. Sitting here but not here. So, what does Vedanta teach? Teaches how to enjoy ourselves. Right now, I am not able to enjoy myself. That's the reason why I need millions of things. Unfortunately, they have a limitation. They have what they call the law of diminishing return. So what those poor things can do, I can get my new BMW, etc. I can do that for 15 days or 3 months or something. The excitement remains. Then you get used to it. You get a new wonderful house. Swami may build a house, but I'm always traveling. My guests enjoy my house. So Vedanta says that you can enjoy everything if you enjoy yourself. And you cannot enjoy anything if you don't enjoy yourself. So what is meant by lifting myself by myself is to help myself enjoy myself. But what do you mean enjoy myself? Means what, Swamiji? Enjoy my body? What do I enjoy? My nose? What am I supposed to enjoy? When you say enjoy yourself means what do I enjoy? Look at the mirror and then enjoy my face? What you mean? No, yourself. This is a housing. In that there is also an indweller, which is you. And that's what we are talking about. Enjoy yourself. But you are saying that I am not enjoying myself. Yes, I am not, but how to make myself enjoyable? Same place Bhagavad Gita says, Lord Krishna says, Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanah. Myself can be my benefactor, myself can be my enemy also. How to make myself benefactor? How to make myself friend? How to make myself a source of enjoyment? Then all the enjoyments are like the icing on the cake. You know icing on the cake? Cake is there than the icing. When the cake is there, icing becomes very enjoyable. When the cake is icing alone doesn't help. So enjoying myself is the cake. Then all this world life becomes icing on the cake. If that cake is not there, this has no meaning at all. Uddaret atmana atmanam. What is meant by lifting myself by myself is, hey Arjuna, a human being, you work in such a manner, you make an effort to make yourself enjoyable to yourself. How do I do that? Swami, how come I am not going to enjoy myself? Because mind is my instrument of enjoyment. In the mind all kinds of stuff is there. I say sometimes there is anger, jealousy, frustration, all this stuff is there. That deprives me of enjoying myself. Therefore, I look at myself through a mirror of the mind. When the mind is like this dirty, then I find myself also dirty. I don't like to see myself. If I clear the mirror, then I will enjoy myself. I am enjoyable as I am. But I look at myself through a mirror of mind. If the mind is dirty, look, my reflection appears dirty, so I don't like it. So I don't have to do anything with myself. Do something with the mirror, which is the mind. Make the mirror clean. Remove this dirt from the mirror. What is the dirt? In simple words, let me say that. To begin with, very simple lesson is the various expectations that we have. We can start with this point. We have a variety of expectations from other people. What is an expectation? When I have an expectation from you, it means that I demand that you should conduct yourself in a certain manner. I want others to live up to my expectations. I want others to make me happy. And expectation means that I want you to make me happy. Therefore I say sit there, don't sit there, stand, dress this way, talk this way. All this kind of thing that I am prescribing to the whole world is this called expectation or demands. When my expectation is satisfied, I am happy. Not satisfied, I am unhappy. So, first step is, can I become free from these expectations? Can I give up my expectations? Can I give up my demand? How can I give up the expectations, Swamiji? I have my son, he is going to school, I have an expectation that he should do well in the school, and then he should go to engineering, and he should should I not have expectations? My spouse, should I not have expectations that she should cook and she should do this, or a wife would expectation? This is natural, Swamiji. In every relation there are expectations. Should you not have expectations? How can there be life without expectation? All right. Suppose you have expectation. Then our prescription will be that be ready for the consequence that your expectation may not be satisfied. Give them the freedom not to satisfy your expectation. You follow? Have expectation as much as you want, if you have to have. But give them the freedom not to satisfy our expectation. What do you mean, Swamiji? What do you mean? Meaning that even if they do not fulfill your expectation, you should be able to have a composure mind. Okay, it's all right. Our expectation is not fulfilled. Okay. You don't say, okay. When I want you to do something, you do not do that, I don't say, all right, you did not do it. Our Swamiji says it nicely, Says we never complete a sentence. You write a sentence and then a comma, then it goes on, and semicolon goes on. Sentence never gets complete. There's never full stop. Om Tat Sat means full stop. So I wanted you to do something. You did not do it. Om Tat Sat. Means full stop. Okay. No, why did you not do it? So a comma, and it's continuous. Who are you not to do that? In my mind this goes on and on. It builds up and builds up and builds up. And ultimately I just get angry. So simple thing is put a full stop. Something happened, Om Tat Sat. He said something. Swami is hurtful, Om Tat Sat. He said something, Om Tat Sat. But what he said was hurtful, Om Tat Sat. Who is he to say that? Om Tat Sat. Why should he say that? Om Tat Sat. I will see him. And he was Om Tat Sat. It goes on and on. Remember Om Tat Sat. This is one simple Om Tat Sat. Wife said this, Om Tat Sat. Husband said that, Om Tat Sat. He did it, Om Tat Sat. Did not do it, Om Tat Sat. Too much salt, Om Tat Sat. No salt, Om Tat Sat. Came home late, Om Tat Sat. Came Om Tat Sat. You know what it means? It means that accept things as they are. This is called graceful acceptance. Oh God, give me the serenity of accepting that which I cannot change. So there are many things that we cannot change. We are talking very simple things. There are many things that we do not control. Is it not so? I can't control you. Nobody can control anybody else. You can't even control a child. Come on, Swami, say pranam to Swamiji. Bow down to Swamiji. Which sloka, this little one also refuses, meaning that you can't control even a little child, let alone anybody else. Nobody wants to be controlled. Our expectation means we want to control the world, we want to control people. That's not going to work. You can have expectation. That is okay. What is meant by control is demanding that my expectation should be fulfilled. No, that is controlling. Expectation you have, because that's what we need in our life. We may need to do that. At the same time, give others the freedom. Did not fulfill expectation, Om Tat Sat. He came and did not even bow down to me, Om Tat Sat. Did not bring any gift for me, Om Tat Sat. So how every moment we have so many expectations, and then even though outwardly we may not say, inwardly a constant commentary and the constant goes on. How can we be happy when all this stuff is going on in our mind? We can be happy provided mind enjoys the leisure, provided enjoys that, where is that peace, where is that leisure at all? To get the leisure, Om Tat Sat, meaning what? It's all right. It is in order. Or Swami said, everything is in order. He didn't say anything, it's in order. He said this, it is in order. Insulted me, in order. Criticized me, in order. What is in order? What do you mean, Swamiji? There must be a reason. Meaning a non-reacting, then once you do not react, then you can perhaps will have the composure of mind to even understand why did this person criticize me? Is there something in me which is criticizable? Yes, then I can change. No, then let it go. Now, who is he to say that? Why did he say that? I'll take care of it. Next time, let me see. You keep building up and building up. Thus, preparedness that my expectation may not be fulfilled, give them the freedom. That shows respecting others. What is meant by respecting others is give them freedom to be what they are. They have chosen to be what they are. Let us say that Ishvara has made them to be what they are. And you can't change people unless they want to change. Or Swami said that I thought that I can change everybody. He thought he can change his disciples, which is ourselves. But we gave him the real, lesson to our Guru. He said, I have learned now that no, you can't change anybody unless they want to change. We want to change everybody. We want to everybody to fulfill our prescriptions, our expectations, our demands. It's a wrong way of relating to others, wrong way of relating to the world. Gracefully acceptance. That's how Ishvara has made them. That's what they are. Now what next? Expectation is not fulfilled. Oh, not fulfilled. If I don't react, if I don't get upset, then I think, all right, what next to do? So one of the things that is the cause of our unhappiness, because we constantly relate to people, and our relationships are characterized by expectations. That in every relationship, every time I interact with anybody, there is always some expectation in my mind as to what that person should do, how that person should be, how that person should not be. If we can drop that as best as we can, then we give them the freedom and enjoy the freedom. The only way of enjoying freedom is giving the freedom to others. Again, to repeat our Swamiji's statement, the extent to which you give freedom to others, to that extent you can enjoy the freedom. Where there is freedom, there is happiness. Lift yourself. This is why I can lift myself. Either I can sink myself by always making demands, having expectations, not accepting others, creating conflicts all the time. Or I can lift myself by giving freedom to others, respecting them for what they are. And going a step further. This is the first step. What is second step? Oh, making myself happy. His expectation is what that person should do for me. That's called expectation. I should start giving that up. Second step is, I ask myself, what can I do for that person? First is, what should that person do for me? That's called expectation. Second stage is, what can I do for that person? So rather than demanding that they should do something for me, maybe my basis should be, what can I do for them? But Swami, if you do that, then people will take advantage of you. They'll exploit you. They will treat you as a doormat. That this is a complaint. You know doormat? People just walk all over you. You will start thinking about others, this is what they will do. I don't think so. As I said, this attitude of what I can do for others doesn't come from weakness. It comes from strength. In fact, what others should do for me comes from my weakness and dependence. What I can do for others comes from the inner strength, and if I want to become stronger, then more I entertain this attitude, stronger I become. So what is meant by lifting myself up is cultivating the inner strength. There is no strength in snatching away something. There is strength required in giving something. Snatching away is easy. There is exploiting somebody. Giving requires an inner strength, a large-heartedness, a generosity, a compassion. So next step is what I can do rather than they fulfilling my expectation. What can I do to fulfill their expectation? And for that I have to invoke from myself my generosity, charitableness, my kindness, my compassion. Then only I can do something for others. Otherwise I am always fearful. What will they do to me? What will happen to me? That selfish fellow always asks this question, what will happen to me? We can't part with anything. And so to overcome that, I'm not saying that you give $1 million and stuff. I'm not saying to give means give away money and things. That's not the point. Just give up your kindness, a little bit of kindness and compassion. You can always show to people. And that comes when they do not fulfill the expectation. Then there is more occasion to be kind and compassionate. That that person did not do what I wanted, or that person really insulted me. Can you be kind at that time? Can you invoke your compassion? That's the real strength. So that's called lifting myself by myself. To what extent I can cultivate within myself these qualities of kindness and compassion. How can I be a kind person or more kind than I am? So if the balance sheet is to be prepared, I can ask myself at the end, how much kind I was last year and how much more I am today. And I can guarantee you that the kindness will make you happy with yourself. We say, how can I enjoy myself? I can enjoy myself when I am a kind person. I can enjoy myself when I am a charitable person, when I am a giving person, when I am a compassionate person. I am happy with myself. In fact, I like myself. I feel that I am all right, I am worthy of myself. In fact, that gives my self-worth, self-esteem. So lift myself by myself. Lord Krishna, you have to do this. No, Swami, you do something, please bless me, put your hand on my head and things like that. That they will do. Swamis may do. May bless, but still, ultimately, we have to do that work ourselves. Otherwise, Lord Krishna would not say that. Lift yourself by yourself. And it's easy. Once we understand that this is making ourselves happy, that's the way of success and happiness, then we'll be happy to do that. We think that by reaching out and by going out and by giving, we will be less. That is not so. Maybe if you give money, then maybe you are less. But if you give kindness, you are more, not less. There is something that makes you richer than what you are by giving. Give that. If you are hesitant about parting with money, don't part with money. But then there is enough kindness in you. Part with that. At least give a smile to somebody, welcoming them. No, look at this person, Doesn't matter what that person is. You can be welcoming. You can be smiling. You don't have to pay anything for that. You have to, because you have to overcome some inside obstacle to even become welcoming. It's not easy. That's called lifting myself by myself. So first step is how can I accept people as they are and not demand that they should be different from what they are for my sake? My expectation means that you should change for my sake. That's basically what I want from you. To first start giving them up by accepting and respecting people for what they are. And secondly, what can I do to fulfill their expectations? But then you will find lots of wealth you have inside. Plenty of wealth of kindness and compassion we have. You have to tap. And this becomes occasion of tapping that wealth from within myself. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna calls it divine wealth. There is the material wealth which is fine, which gives me comfort. The divine wealth which gives me happiness. So comfort also you need. You don't say you don't need. For that you need this material wealth. But all that can give me is comfort. What gives me happiness is that inner wealth, in which also I have to earn, which I have to cultivate. Thus two things we say, simple things. Giving freedom to others, then I can enjoy freedom. Otherwise, when I have an expectation from you, when I want you to do something for me, there is always stress in my mind. Will that person do it or not? But I know that they may not. I know that others may or may not necessarily, fulfill my wish or my demand. So whenever there is a demand, there is always a stress in my mind because it is uncertain whether my demand will be fulfilled or not. When I have to do something, there is no uncertainty at all. There is all certainty. So those who have done that know the fruits of reaching out to others. You know the fruits of how it just makes you happy. So ultimately, success is in happiness. Happiness is really the measure of success. Success is not the measure of happiness. Happiness is the measure of success. And that comes when we deliberately cultivate this inner wealth. So you can say, live yourself by yourself. There are other steps also you can do, but these are the primary steps and very practical steps. You can also do prayers and meditation, and all of this is there, part of it. Study of Bhagavad Gita, understanding. But then you will have leisure to do that provided we have got this basic leisure within ourselves, when we are at peace with ourselves. Thus, being at peace with myself is a very important accomplishment in life. Ultimately, that's called moksha. Shantim nirvana paramam mat samstham adhigacchati. Lord Krishna says this yogi attains the peace within himself. So this is a way of becoming at peace with myself. Because the constant battle is going on within myself, with myself, because I don't approve of myself. I don't accept myself. I'm not happy with myself. There is inner battle going on. Therefore, discovering peace with myself. And where there is peace, there is happiness. Where there is happiness, there is success. So in that sense, lifting myself by myself. If I don't do this, then what will happen? Lord Krishna's second part is Natmanam avasadait. Do not let yourself fall further. Because if I do not do this, then my expectation will always grow, because these negative things have always a nature of growing without any effort. If in your home also, if you have to make an effort to clean the place, if you don't make an effort, then the dirt will accumulate. Like the spring cleaning or Diwali cleaning, you can see what all happens in the corners. All the cobwebs will keep on growing. Even a house also, if you don't do anything for 6 months, you'll find all kinds of cracks here and leaks there. That is the nature of things. Similarly, it's nature of our mind also to slip further, to slide down. Meaning that expectations will grow, my anger will grow, unhappiness will grow if I do not do anything. It will take me to depression. Therefore, I have to always be alert to lift myself constantly and not allow myself to slide down into unhappiness. Because if I am not happy, I am unhappy, unfortunately. There is nothing in between. So, I have the choice to create happiness for myself or allow unhappiness to take over me. I don't have to create unhappiness. If I don't do anything, unhappiness will take over me. Happiness I have to create. That's called lifting myself by myself. So with this simple lesson, we'll take a break here and invite you for any questions.